Hey there, today we are going to be talking all about how to stop binge eating, and I'm going to show you how in 3 simple steps, or rather phases. Keep in mind these are the same phases that myself and thousands of other women have used to break out of our struggle with binge and emotional eating and step into a place of freedom and ease with our food. I'm Brittany Brown, founder of Beating Binge Eating and leader of the Food Freedom Forever Mastermind and Movement. Today I live in a place of freedom and ease with my food, but it has not always been this way. I used to absolutely hate my body, struggled with yo-yo weight loss and gain, binge and emotional eating, and waking up nearly every day in that post-binge brain fog, feeling ashamed and sad for almost 15 years. I use these same steps that I'm about to reveal to you in this training to break out of my struggle and be in this place of what we call food freedom forever. You're going to want to stay to the end of the training because in the 3rd phase, I talk about this big piece that really solidifies the transformation so it can last for life. All right, so phase 1 of the process is really getting the brain on your side. And this is broken up into 2 parts. The first part is shutting the binge switch off in the brain. So what happens when we diet or control or restrict our eating is that these survival mechanisms come on that become invested in making us eat. And they drive us to think about food all the time, eat on autopilot, have kind of this food-focused mind, and also do things like decrease our leptin, which is our satiety hormone. So that means you can eat and eat without feeling full because you never truly feel satisfied. And a big thing that they do is they create these automatic patterns. So you begin to almost get wired to binge. So the first part of phase 1 in this process is about really nourishing yourself and eating adequately so your body and your brain know that you're getting enough to eat. That means the survival mechanisms quiet or the binge switch shut off, and this really awesome phenomenon happens where you stop thinking about food as much. Also, fuel goes to the higher part of your brain. This higher part of your brain is where your self-control system lies, where your personality is, where your love for your life, your goals, and your dreams. The place of your brain where the binges come from is this lower survival portion. So when you're in that survival mode with the binge switch activated, all your fuel's to the survival center. Once we quiet that down, your brain gets evenly fueled, and then you can work on phase 2 of the process, which is rewiring your brain for freedom instead of binge eating. And I'll share more about this on another video, but for now, know that you have the capability when your brain is out of survival mode to separate from your urges and really condition your brain to a place where they become non-existent. Phase 2 is keeping the body on your side and really partnering with your body instead of working against it. So with things like diet, control, plans, no matter how healthy and balanced they seem, really they are us pitted against ourselves and pitted against our bodies. And anytime, especially if we feel like out of control with food or like we want to lose weight, we typically take on this stance of fighting, sticking with something, this really linear path where we're pushing. Phase 2 of the process is kind of releasing the fight and working on partnering with your body instead of working against it. So think about it this way. Say you had a relationship that was on the rocks and you wanted to create a more loving partnership where you guys were really feeling good and connected. You wouldn't do this by fighting, shaming, criticism. You would do this by partnership, by loving, by care. And the way this looks is partnering with your body at your mealtime, asking your body what it needs, practicing listening to your body's hunger and fullness cues, which will come back on board if you do phase 1 right, and also really working with your body and honoring it. Another big part of this process is really optimizing your metabolism and bringing your body back into balance. So some cool exercises like deep breathing and really slowing your body and slowing your nervous system down so your body can come back into alignment and you can start really listening to those cues. All right, so phase 3 is a big one. It is about doing the inner work to make sure the transformation really lasts for life. So binge eating is largely a physiological issue. And then there are some deeper things that sometimes trigger binges, cause binges, or fears that make people go back to their old way of doing things. So for our women in our program, once they're back in their power with their food, which just typically takes a few weeks, we do start doing some of this deeper work to really solidify things. So some work around self-love and really deepening that connection and partnership that we mentioned in phase 2. Another big piece of the inner work is really working on the belief system. So when you think of beliefs, think about something that really governs almost your entire experience and perception of the world. And so if someone has a belief that health is easy, health comes naturally, they don't have to work to get weight off, their body just goes to its happy place naturally, and they believe in themselves to achieve this, think of this as one person. And then another person has this belief that health is hard, they have to fight, they have to force. Both of these people are walking through the world with this belief system, and it's almost like putting glasses on. If you have pink glasses on, you're going to see pink. Blue glasses on, you're going to see blue. Imagine the different experience and the different way these people treat themselves based on their belief system. So you do want to go in and make sure that there aren't any big limiting beliefs that will get in the way and take you back to your old way of doing things. So belief in oneself is a big one. Fear of giving up something if you find freedom. So for example, fear of giving up your comfort, fear of giving up your emotional coping mechanisms, fear of giving up your safety. A lot of women also have a fear of being seen. And these are some big things that we'll go into deeper in a different training, but it's important to understand that there are some subconscious forces at work here, deeper than just physiological things, that need to be shifted for true freedom. All right, so there you have it, the 3 phases to break free from binge and emotional eating. If you liked this information, be sure to go to our channel, hit subscribe. We are going to be doing videos weekly, and also leave me a comment. I would love to get some feedback so I can know how to keep contributing to you each week. And another thing, if you need a little more support than this, because I know this is a lot of information and it was a little broad, if you want a bit more how-to and a systematic step-by-step blueprint of your own to break free from binge and emotional eating, then please go to the training in the description just below this video. This training is going to, 1, share a little bit of my personal story with you. It's going to also talk about the big key factors or the aha moments I had along my journey that you're going to be able to use to find freedom, and then also show you a clear-cut path, a systematic way to food freedoms forever. So head on over to that training now. It's in the description just below this video. And thank you so much for watching this today. I will see you next week.